Welcome to the deep dive. I want you to just imagine for a second.
Okay.
What if, say, 40% of your entire data budget just
Okay.
vanish every year?
40%. That's huge.
Exactly. It's not going to innovation, not to growth. For many businesses, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's being eaten by something we're calling the integration tax. It's this staggering, often invisible cost of just forcing disconnected data tools to talk to each other.
Right. It's a massive bottleneck.
And that's what we're really diving into today.
Yeah, and if we look at the root cause, this 40% tax, it really comes from what people call a broken data supply chain.
Broken how?
Well, the insights, the critical predictions, all the stuff companies need are often locked up by just sheer complexity.
Okay.
And right at the heart of it is this thing called the Frankenstack. You see it everywhere.
The Frankenstack sounds ominous.
It kind of is. Picture this digital creature, right? Stitched together from maybe 8, 10, sometimes 13 or more different data tools.
Wow. All from different vendors.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't naturally communicate. So you have these brilliant data teams
Right.
spending their time being, well, professional monster wranglers.
Yeah.
They're building these fragile custom pipelines just to keep the whole thing from collapsing.
Instead of actually using the data for insights.
Precisely. And this fragmented setup, it creates this cascade of problems for you.
Like what, specifically?
Well, first, the obvious one, the IT bottleneck. Business users, they're waiting weeks, sometimes months, for critical data.
And missing opportunities while they wait.
Absolutely. Then second, you often get the sort of ivory tower of data. Meaning vital knowledge gets trapped with just a few technical experts. It slows the whole organization down.
Right, because not everyone can access or understand it.
Exactly. And finally, there's what you could call legacy drag. These older, pieced-together systems, they just weren't built for today's speed.
Or for the demands of AI, I assume.
Definitely not. So you end up paying more and more for, frankly, less and less value.
It's kind of wild how this inefficiency has just become normal.
It really is remarkable. We're talking over $300 billion wasted annually, just on data integration.
300 billion.
Yeah. And think about your data teams. They're likely spending something like 70% of their time on low-value data plumbing.
Just keeping the pipes connected, it's essentially.
Instead of actual analysis. And get this, it takes, on average, 6 to 9 months just to integrate one new data source and start getting value.
That's incredibly slow.
It is. And this waste, it's been accepted as the status quo. But here's the thing. It really doesn't have to be your reality.
So how are companies starting to escape this cycle? What's the alternative?
Well, a key idea emerging, something our research highlighted, is this philosophy of stop integrating, start innovating.
Okay, stop integrating.
Right. It's about shifting focus, moving away from building endless custom connections.
And towards consolidating and automating the whole data journey.
Exactly. Platforms that embody this are trying to redefine the traditional data stack. And this is where a platform like xAQUA comes into the picture for you.
xAQUA.
xAQUA is a really good example of a platform leading this shift. Its whole philosophy isn't just to be another tool you add to the pile.
Right. Avoid making the Frankenstack worse.
Precisely. The idea is that xAQUA is your stack. Imagine collapsing that entire chaotic mess of tools
Frankenstack.
into one single elegant platform. And it's built with AI right at its core.
So AI isn't just bolted on.
No, it fundamentally changes how data is processed, understood, accessed. And importantly, it's the first and only no-code solution that handles the entire data journey.
From raw data to actual business impact.
Yep, all in one unified experience.
That sounds, well, transformative, but consolidating these complex systems, that's historically been really tough.
It has.
So what makes it possible? What are the sort of foundational elements for a platform like xAQUA?
Good question. It's really built on 5 key pillars. Together, they create what xAQUA calls the AI-first data experience.
5 pillars. Okay, let's break those down.
Sure. Each one tackles a specific, deep-seated pain point. Pillar 1 is the semantic interface.
Semantic interface, what does that mean in practice?
It means going beyond dashboards. It lets you actually have a conversation with your data.
Like using natural language.
Exactly. Imagine a CEO just asking in plain English, what were our top-selling products in the Northeast last quarter, and how did that compare to last year?
And the AI understands the business meaning.
Yes. Across all the different data sources, it figures it out and gives you a trusted, immediate answer.
Wow. Okay. Pillar 2.
Pillar 2 is the data product economy. This is about turning that chaotic raw data into certified, governed data products.
Data products.
Think of it like an internal Amazon for data.
Ah, okay.
So instead of filing tickets and waiting, trusted data sets like, say, a pre-validated Q1 customer churn analysis are just there, published, ready for business users to grab and use. Self-service.
That makes sense. Pillar 3.
Pillar 3, the autonomous data fabric. This one directly tackles those integration nightmares we talked about.
How so?
You can visually connect to over 200 data sources. In minutes.
Visually, so no complex coding.
Right. No code, no scripts. The AI automates building the pipelines, the prep work, all of that.
Okay, that sounds huge for data teams. What's Pillar 4?
Pillar 4 is intelligent governance. Security, compliance, it's all built in and automated.
So it's not an afterthought.
No, it's applied automatically across your data. This covers crucial certifications, things like SOC2, Type 2 for security controls, IPRE for healthcare data, GDPR for privacy.
Got it. And that last one, Pillar 5.
Pillar 5, the decision velocity engine. This is about speed, lightning fast, in-memory computing.
For what kinds of tasks?
For analyzing billions of records, generating predictions, powering real-time apps, instantly, no waiting.
That's quite a comprehensive set of pillars.
It covers the whole life cycle.
So let's bring this down to earth. You mentioned research, case studies. Tell me about a real-world example.
Okay, yeah. There was a leading financial services customer, classic case. They came to xAQUA with this sprawling system, 12 different tools.
A 12-headed Frankenstack.
Pretty much. Complex, very slow, incredibly expensive to maintain.
So what happened when they switched?
Well, in just 1 year with xAQUA, the results were, frankly, dramatic. Really shows the power of unifying things.
Well, like what? Give me the numbers.
Okay. They saved $2.1 million.
Right.
Mostly from just consolidating tools and getting more efficient.
2.1 million saved. Nice.
Their whole data to insight cycle,
Yeah.
it got 95% faster.
95%.
Yeah, it went from about 6 months down to under 2 weeks.
6 months to 2 weeks, that's game-changing.
It really is. And they saw a 4 times increase in actual data-driven decision-making across the business.
So people were actually using the data more.
Much more. And critically, especially in finance, they had 0 compliance incidents after implementing.
That's huge peace of mind.
Absolutely. And I remember a quote from them, something like, xAQUA didn't just collapse our stack. It collapsed the time between a business question and a strategic answer. Wow. They called it the single most impactful technology investment they'd made.
That's a powerful testimonial. So looking at this, who really wins with this kind of unified platform? Is it just the IT department?
No, that's the beauty of it.
Yep.
It seems to be a win for pretty much everyone.
How so?
Well, for data leaders, you finally get to tame that chaotic landscape, right? Consolidate costs, elevate your team to more strategic work.
Makes sense. What about the business users, the ones waiting for data?
For business teams, the wait is basically over. It's like having a 247 data expert on call, no more endless IT tickets.
Direct access to answers.
Right. And for the data teams themselves, the engineers, the analysts, it gives them their time and sanity back.
By automating the grunt work.
Exactly. Automating like 80% of that manual, repetitive data plumbing. So yeah, it's pretty much a universal win. Faster insights, lower costs, and genuinely happier, more productive teams.
So if you're listening and feeling that pain of the Frankenstack, feeling that integration tax, what are the next steps? How can you start moving towards this different approach?
Well, the transformation can really start today to explore this kind of new paradigm. Maybe see how a platform like xAQUA could work for you.
Yeah.
You can just visit xaqua.io.
Let me spell that out. xAQUA.io.
xaqua.io.
Yeah.
And there you can do a few things. You can launch a free sandbox environment to play around.
Yeah.
Book a personalized strategy session to talk about your specific challenges.
Yeah.
Or even use their interactive ROI calculator.
To see the potential savings up front.
Exactly. See what collapsing your stack might look like financially.
Great. So xAQUA.io.
That's the place.
Okay, as we wrap up, I'll leave you with this thought. The future of data, it probably isn't just another dashboard. It's not likely to be an even more complex tool you add to your collection. The future that seems to be emerging is conversational, it's intelligent, and it's genuinely accessible to everyone in the organization. And that future, it seems, is actually here today.